Niningjo Acholi, welcome back to Chaka Leb Acholi, segment me, Kwan Leb Acholi. I'm Jacqueline Kango Kot, one reading on Omeo, session number 59. We're reading on Omeo Lacam, okay? And we find that there's only one subclan, a Lacam territories to the left, which is Murwari. Konatia pronouncing it right, well, wrong. Kwan Kora. Murwari, Murwari. Okay, if you're from a male, or if you're from this subclan, Murwari. Okay, so we are on Facebook as Chaka Leb Acholi. That's the official page. We are on YouTube as Chaka Leb Acholi as well. That's the official YouTube page. And I'm also on Facebook as Chaka Kang South Sudan. We do stream on all platforms. Please engage with the content. Leave your comments, like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also subscribe to my Facebook page so you can stay up to date. We do have a private group where you can discuss other things relating to the Acholi community or Acholi culture. Okay, but the official Facebook page is Chaka Leb Acholi. This segment, Mingo, Kwan Leb Acholi, is within Chaka Leb Acholi. And a poem attack. Okay, so I've been reading about the Omeo clan of the Acholi tribe of present-day South Sudan. Okay, the day before yesterday, I read on all of the subgroups or subclans of Omeo to the right, which is Lachwich or Lachwich. Okay, and it was just 4 clans. Today, I'm going to conclude the reading on Omeo because the only subclan that's left and is towards the right of Omeo, or towards the left of Omeo, or Lacam, is Murwari, Murwari, Murwari. If I'm not pronouncing this correctly, please help me. Wukonyan. It's my first time hearing about this subgroup or subclan. Okay, so I'm going to conclude reading this today. It's about 2 pages or so. Nope. He concludes it in 2 pages. However, he goes into talking about Agulukot Miomeo. Okay, so if I have time, I will conclude reading about Omeo, the subclan. Okay, then I will try to read about Agulukot Miomeo. Okay, rainmakers Miomeo. Who are they? I want to know what the custom is for Omeo. Okay, what is the tradition in rainmaking, and who's in charge of that? Okay, so if I have time, I will explore that. It's called Agulukot Miomeo. So there's approximately 3 pages left to conclude this chapter on Omeo. I'm going to read first on Murwari, and then if I have time, I will finish the last page, which is Agulukot Miomeo. Okay. And then after today, I will surprise you guys again tomorrow. I'm not sure which which clan I will start reading on tomorrow. It may be Panyikwara, it may be Agoro, I'm not sure. Okay. So stay tuned tomorrow to find out which subclan or which clan I'm going to start reading about tomorrow. Okay. If you're new to this page is basically a cultural platform, learning platform, to learn about the Acholi people or the Acholi communities in present-day Uganda and present-day South Sudan. We are starting off with present-day South Sudan, okay? I've been reading about the migration of all Luo and Acholi in the beginning. And then I started reading about the Acholi group, which is a subgroup or a sub-ethnic group within the Luo ethnic group, okay, which can be found in Eastern Africa. You can find the Luo people in Sudan. You can find the Luo people in present day, I guess you could say present day, South Sudan. They migrated south following the Nile. Some are in Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, the Congo, Ethiopia, and some will have been documented migrating far out west or to Central Africa as well. My focus on this platform is only to talk about the Acholi communities, the Acholi people, which they're pretty much situated within just two countries. They belong to present day northern Uganda and within the eastern equatorial state of South Sudan. They have migrated elsewhere and been displaced because of war and conflict. You can find, of course, Acholi people in the diaspora or the diaspora across the globe. But my main focus right now is just studying our history, our culture, our language, learning from it as I read about them, because I'm also in Acholi from present day South Sudan. I grew up abroad and don't know anything about my culture as much as I should. So I'm reading and learning about it, and I want everybody else to learn with me as I read and do my research. Okay, Apo Amatek. So I've been reading a book called a book from Seternino Nyala, who is an Acholi writer or scholar. He's from the Abal clan of present-day South Sudan, of the Acholi tribe of present-day South Sudan. And the book is called Tekwara Pacholimi South Sudan or Tekwara Pacholimi Sudan. And he starts discussing the migration, the Luo migration, and then the Acholi migration. And now he starts going into detail, talking about each clan, each Acholi clan, and each subclan within each clan. So that's what I'm reading right now. It's approximately 600 pages. I'm jumping around and picking which clans to read about. So right now, I'm reading about the Omeo. You can watch previous videos on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is Chaka Chuli. You can see all of the things we've been discussing up until now. And so now I'm reading about the Omeo clan because my stepmother is from Omeo, so I wanted to know more about that clan. So I'm concluding on Omeo today. It's a very short chapter on Omeo because there's only 4 subclans on the left. I'm sorry, on the right of Omeo, and then on the left there's only one subgroup or one subclan. Okay, so it's short. It's a very short chapter. Okay, so I pull out my deck. Today I'm reading about Murwari. That's the name of the subclan of Omeo. Maybe pronouncing it wrong, but however, we must go on. So if you're from that community, please leave your comment under this video, or you can send me a DM, okay? If anything that I'm reading here is incorrect or inconsistent, if you want to clarify anything, please drop a comment under this video or send me a private message, and we'll be able to respond. And also, if you want to be a guest, also send us a DM, okay? I'll pull on my tech. Okay, so without wasting too much time, I'm going to go right into reading. The readings are all in Acholi because the writer wrote the entire textbook. His entire research is in the Acholi language, okay? All right, so now getting right into it. Reading about Omeo Lacam or Omeo Lacam, which means Omeo territories to the left. Lacam means left, okay? And Omeo is just the name of the clan, okay? So now, This is what the writer writes. La Jojo Choninga, Omeo Lacam, Tiegi Doc Ora Chill Kicken, Maye Doc Ot me, Murwari. Murwari. Okay? Yala regarding Murwari. Ikom Doc Ora Beach me Omeo, Mawa Biru Kaneno ne. Take water pa chuli wajuni. Dano mi Doc Ot me, Kilio, Aye Mao Chahobino, Ingom, Omeo Lacam. Okay? Dana mi Kilio, Mochakabino e Omeo Lacam. Okay? Now, Kilio sounds familiar because my father used to live there. Okay? Anyways, let's get to the point. So then he says, what? Gin Obino Ogero, Ngomegi Martin Gin Benetie. Okay? Kajo Murwari Obino Lachin. Gin onongo jokilio dong tie ingaman. Okay. Kidma wa bedo kanenon iwi gang achul mokene. Wanongo ni look me wingom. Tie ka yelo wi lodira chuli mada. This is true. A lot of people are still disputing facts about our land rights, forefathers, who are the founding fathers of all of our land in Acholi in present day Northern Uganda and present-day South Sudan, okay? So then he says, Kare gikare, dana modongo, bene pengeoanga, mawun ngom, okay? I see a lot of Acholi people, even older than me and elders, disputing who are the founding fathers of each territory within the Acholi community or Acholi lands, okay? Yala kaningo, nyo wikipajo. Pien look ma chaluman pe ochoyo e warga nyo book weklotino mo bino la chen unge look mite kwaro la bongo akala kala. So he's saying none of this information was written down. So that's why we are still disputing rights to land in Acholi, in the Acholi communities across northern Uganda and South Sudan. Okay, so even today we are all still fighting about who has rights to which land. Okay, yalla, la jojo joningo. Murwari tigi dok od Martina ngwen kid man. Okay, Kilio, Igara, Okobok, Gi Ikwaka. Okay. Now I didn't know Kilio was part of Omeo. Interesting. This is something I have to discuss with my family. Anyway, regarding Kilio, la jojo joning on it. Te kwara pa me wachani jo Kilio bino ge Hiliu Matie Torit Kama jo Norwegian Church Aid your NCA Ogera ye office Megi Imwaha a parbangwani Piera Bira Biro. This is quite interesting because most Acholi people worked with NCA, the Norwegian Church Aid organization. It's an NGO from Norway. My father happens to be one of those people that was working with NCA, and he lived in Torit and he lived in Kilio. Okay? Yalla, ringa la dit onyer gi ochak aye okela luak mi Kilio ilobo Omeo ikin moha a para boro gi pierabong wen wabichel. Okay? Duan wajani onyer gi ochak gin omero. Malo diro mea wajaborani onyer obero Latin madit gibot ochak. Okay, they were brothers. Onyer is older than his brother Ochak. Okay, they are the ones that brought the people from Kilio to where we know as Omeo in present day. Okay, so was Kilio not part of Omeo before? Where was Kilio located? Or they brought the people to Kilio, part of Omeo. Okay, yalla ningo. Luakpa Onyir gi Ochak o wera Hilio. So they came Jokilio, Binogi, Hilio, will Hilu, like sweet in Arabic. Ko? Is that what it means? Drop your comments. Hilu. Okay, anyways. Pien gino nongo obedo ka laro diangi ikinge gi omiro mad odong chen. Okay. Yala te kwar pa me wajani ikarama jo kilio e kaberatin gilungo Murwari nongo dano. Look at my connections skipping. Make sure you guys can see me. Okay. Okay. Yalla, come on. Don't act up. Okay. Onongodana pirika biroman. Okay. Luakpa Onyir dong ogero ingoman madana piriye kala chien gin bene odaka wiking pajo mikilio. Okay. Don wajini ochak onongo ni ngoma omine onyiro geriye pe chako chum. Okay. En dong okwanya buot dano mokene. No, en dong okwanya buot dano mokene. Gino mede nyim gi wood. Okay. Luakpa ochak ochira ogeri kom got jok. Okay. Matie iyo ma agi magui chiro ipanye kwara. Remember what I was telling you? Ono jungi better be got nga got kili will it got kili jok Omeo. At first gi better kuja ko ter gini gi beri do close the dock yo close magui wa yo machero wo ye panye kwara gi aro gi we got that. So he is saying that Ochak's brother, no, Ochak Onyir's brother took a group of those followers and went to Godjok, which is closer to Magui, on the road going to Magui and up to Panyakwara. Okay, drop your comments. What do you think if you know anything about Jomi Kilio Miomeo, Kimagi Bino Kere, Gibero Konkan, Gibere Godjok? What do you know about that? Drop your comments. Apua. Yala, regarding Jo Igara, remember, Gisaru Kamaduong, Jo Igara Benetie Murwari. Okay, so Jo Igara mi Murwari o cho yeningo. Dana mi Igara, kono obino gi Igara, mi Imorok. Okay, La dit kanera aye okay luak mi Igara ingoma chuli Sudan ikin moha apar boro gipiera bongwen wa bira. Okay, don wajini joy gara matie e dok ot ma parapat yo meo gin duju o wega lobo imarok pe lok mi laro ke. Okay, they were fighting over their royal crown in Imorok, which is another community in present-day South Sudan in eastern Equatoria. They left there and moved into Omeo territories, and they split up amongst different places in Acholi. One of them being within multiple subgroups in Omeo. Okay, we also find the Igara on the left side. We find the Igara people on the right side of Omeo. And they were all led by different people because they broke up into small groups. So the Igara from the Murwari clan or subclan, they came from Imarok under Chief Kanera. They were led by Chief Kanera or Kanera. And then they got to Murwari in Omeo in 1897. Okay. Don wajini joy gara matie e dok ot ma para mel gin duchu o weko lobum imorok pilok milaro, okay? So they left because they were fighting over the crown. Okay. Now remember chiefdoms come from a line of family, blood lineage, right? So um imagine if there's like 10 brothers and they're all fighting for the crown, right? Only one person is going to get the crown. And usually there's some type of procedure or tradition in selecting the chief. Sometimes it's the father that selects, sometimes there's some type of tradition or protocol to follow. Okay, so not all 10 can be chief in one place. So they split up because it wasn't fair that not all of them could be chief, right? They all wanted to be chief, so they split up and went to different places. Yala, gino bina ogon, a ching la dit onir mi kilio. So now the Igara people came to Onir in Kilio. La Didman or Jololwak pa Canera, my bear, Kao Mia Bodgi, Kabiro. Okay. They were received in Igara, or the chief of Kilio received them in Kilio when they came from Igara and Imarok. Okay. Yeah, regarding the sub group of Murwari called Akobok, Akobok, Okobok. I don't know. I'm trying. Drop your comments. Okobok. Yala ningo. Dano mi Okobok mokene obino gi bilinyang, which is bar, bari. Okay. Ka dano mokene kono obino gi imorok. Okay. Bar or Bari is another tribe in present-day South Sudan. So they're saying the Okobok people came from another tribe called Bilinyang or Bar or Bari people, okay? And another part of the Okobok people came from Imarok again, right? Just like the Igara people. Some people came from Imarok. And they settled with the Okobok subgroup of Murwari, okay? Take water pachuli wajuni la dit ria moi aye okelo dano mau bino gi bilinyang kala dit lo wala kono mau kelo dano mau bino gi imorok. So jo, okay. Yala ningo jo okobok mau bino gi ba kachel gi jo okobok mau bino gi imorok kinduju odonyo ingomi Murwari idi Omeo kuja ikin mwaka apar boro gi piera bongwen we are boro, okay. Gin olobo ko jo Igara, okay. They follow the Igara people. Yala luakpa lowala mokena ogere kom jo Kilio ka dana mokena kono ogere kom jo Igara. Ento dana mokena wajane ikin dana mi okobok tie la cho achel ma ping wangyo nyinge o chiro gero iyo bo. Idok od mi paliech. Okay. Man bene gina chiel mo wehotin lok mi kaha nyo wa tie matek ikin jo paliech mi obo gi jo okobok. Okobok e Omeo. They're related, okay? Yeah, regarding the Ikwaka people of Murwari, this is the last subgroup of Murwari, okay? The Ikwaka subgroup of Murwari, okay? Lacho joining up. Dano mi dok od mi Ikwaka ducho bino gi lo tuho. Okay. Ikin mwaha apar boro gi piera bongwan we bongwan. So they sing the Ikwaka people came from a tribe in present-day South Sudan called the Lotuko, okay, in 1899, okay. La di Peter Moy, a yeo ke la dana man I Leb Acholi Sudan, gino bino gon I ching ria moy, pinya magak do moy ni, magin from Lotuko. Yala kaningo, ka dana mokene ogonyi ching lo wala mi okobok Rio Moy gi lo. I mean, one Loala. Rio Moy gi Loala o jolo jo ikwara mabe ikin omio. Gi gwar mabe ka gin omio bodgi ka bedo. No, give me bodgi kami gero gi pur. So kami bedo gi pur, okay? So they were received, they came from Loturo. They were led by Chief Peter Moy from Loturo. Why does this say, okay, Ladanamani Leb Acholi? Yeah, okay, Ladanamani Leb Acholi, okay, the chief, Peter Moy. And the first chief they found was Chief Ria Moy. And another chief they found was Chief Lawala of Okobok, the other group that we just read about. Okay? Ria Moy and Lawala of Okobok, they received them well and they gave them a place to stay, where to build, and where to farm. Okay? Now that's all the reading regarding Murwari. However, regarding any land rights and any landmarks such as mountains in Murwari, this is what the writer wrote, okay? Team gi God Murwari. Majojo choni nga. Jo Murwari tie gi team achel. Mana ye team Kilabak. Latin mi kilio ye ma kuru siriba wala chiriba mi team Kilabak. Pien man team pa jo kilio. Okay? Te kwara pa Omeo wajo ni la did iribo a ye o beru dana mi achel ma beru la kot chiriba mi team Kilabak. Okay? Inge to pa iribo team Kilabak o dong board itilang. It sounds Lotugo to me. O dong board itilang. Inge to pa itilang team o dong board la yo. Wala la yo. Latina nyaga pa italang. Imohaman ma tie ka choy bookman mite kwar pa chul mi Sudan la yo a ye ma onongo pori kuru chiriba mi team Kilabak. Okay? By the time he was writing this book, the only person in charge of announcements and blowing the traditional trumpet was a lady named Layo, who was the daughter of the previous person who did it. His name was Etalang. Then, and bene maunongo yubu wang jok oko biochok. That sounds Nigerian, okay? Monongo yubu wang jok oko biochok. Okay, so this same lady is the one in charge of their spiritual power, or spiritual, like making sacrifices to their spiritual power, named Okobiochok. Okay. Man bene kilo one ipenya chil ne pingo lodiro mi kilio o kwanya tuero mi yubu team gi yubu jok wa gi ching la lotina wobe. Okay. Pingo tuero mi kur chiriba gi mi yubu wang jok o well ching daho nyo latina nya. So the writer is posing a question to the audience and to people from Omeo, or people from Murwari, or people from Omeo. Why the rights to do all of these things traditionally was placed on men or young men. Okay, he's posing a question, asking people if that is the tradition. Why was the rights left to a young lady? Why did the chief or the people in charge leave it to a young woman or a young lady to do? If you know the answer to this, please drop your comments if you're from Omeo. Why was a young lady left in charge to make sacrifice to their God or their spiritual power to handle anything regarding their land or team, and to make any official announcements to the community. When there's, I'm sure, plenty of young men that can do it, but why was the young lady chosen? Breaking tradition. So that's the question. If you have the answer, please drop your comments up. Or lo diro mio mea mo kene waje borani dana mi Murwari wile kilio o kwanya twera mi yubo team kilobak gi mi yubo jok o ko bia chak waha gi ching awobe nyocha pien lo tina awobe mi kilio ma I moha manu gino nongo petie gi woro ilok mi team gi jok pepi lok man ke ken dana mo kene wachini lo tina awobe ma I Muhammad cha bene onongo peke gi woro I kom lo diro kal. Lo diro kahami Murwari onongo ni lo tina nyira tie gi woro ma diri lok mi team gi jok. Gin bene tie gi woro ma diri kom lo diro kal. Okay? Pilok man lo diro kahami Murwari o kwanya twera mi lamo team gi yubo wang jok. Omeo bot lo tina nyira. Lo diro mokene bene wacho ni ka lo tina wobe mi kilio peo yubo kwa megi nen chawa lo tina nyira bi maka twero mi tim gi jok pinakanaga ya nyim. Okay, jo Murwari tie gi got a dick kidman. Got killer jok, got odeki, gi got oche. Ngamo che gi got that. Got oche. Drop your comments if you know. Okay. Te kwaro pa jo me wachane got a dick man ducho ye got pa jo kilio. Ento Latin Murwari ye ma won got a dick megi. Ka jo Murwari benetiegi joka chiel magi lungone jok okobio chok. Matie kom got killer jok. So the Murwari or Kilio people are in charge of everything in the Kilio people are in charge of everything in Murwari. Okay. All the mountains, all the sacrifice to the gods, anything regarding the land, anything regarding announcements regarding the community, everything falls to the responsibility falls on the Kilio people of Murwari. Okay, they're in charge of Mount Kilojok, Mount Odeki, and Mount Oche, meaning to rise. Somebody who rises from the dead is Oche. What's that? God Oche. Okay, God Kilojok, God Odeki. I don't know what they means. They're not all Acholi, so. Now, that's all the reading on Murwari. Please leave your comments, share, engage with this platform. Leave your comments. Okay, I'm going to read the 3 or 4 paragraphs he has on Agulu Kot Miomeo real quick if I can. Okay, drop your comments and let me know about what we found in this reading today. I'll pull out my text. Okay, regarding Agulu Kot Miomeo. Chon gi chon gang Omeo Kotie dok ot mi bura. Huh? Or the Mbara people are the Buddha people also, right? Okay, so Changi Chan Gangomeo, Kotie Idok Admi Mbaro Keken. So that means the rainmaker, rainmaking belonged only to the Mbaro subclan of Omeo before. Okay, now. Ento imoha 1925 or apart bungwangi piararia beach, kiri koromea opora iaria. How? The rights to rainmaking was split into 2 in 1925 is what he's saying and what he found. That what? Kiri kora chielo chirobot omela cham ka kiri kot mokene kono dong bot jobura yomela twitch. Okay. Kiri kora chel odong bot embaro. Jo embaro giti ginado. Jo embaro tie e la twitch. Kani achiel mo kena dong bot Omeo la twitch. No, okay. Kiri kora dong bot bura e Omeo la twitch. Man bene kelo wan ipeny mo kene. Ni pingo kod mi bura opoga e ario. So they both on la twitch. Kiri kora chelo chiro boro Omeo la cham. Ka kiri kora chelo chiro boro Omeo la twitch. Okay, fine. Man bene kelo wan ipeny pingo. Piny mokene ni pingo kod mi bura opoga e ario. Te kwaro mi Omeo wacho ni ruoth nya yomasi ruoth nya yumesi wala yumasi aye obedo ruoth mi achiel idok od mi bura. Ruoth man obedo ruoth ma dago. Okay? Ruoth man onongo tweyo kot bojo Omeo duju. La cham gi la twitch. Wala la cham gi la twitch. La twitch. Okay? Ludiro Omeo owacho borani inge topa ruoth nya yumesi kot odong bot nyangori. Nyagori or nyangori. Okay? Ma en bene obedo dago. So all the rainmakers were women. Okay, fine. Ikin moha aparbo mwengi piera we beach. La dit o yoko belly. O chira bot rot nyangori. Ka waje bore ne rot. Anapur gi Latina nyaha. Mi Murwari. Dakaman obino gi ikiri kot. No dakaman obino gi kiri kot gi igang megi. An bene angyo mabe ni daka mera pe tuero chweyo kot i Omeo la bong nongo tuero gi buri. Dano mukene wacho ni daka pa oyoko belly mi Murwari onongo pe miro ni ruoth nyangori ongen ni en obino gi kiri kot. Pien lok ma chalo man balo chik kwaro Acholi ada yoko belly pe ochwaho tam pa daka mere. Mana ye lok ma oweo en ochiro ka penyo ruoth nyangori. Okay, so in the past there could only be one rainmaker and it's always been a woman. Okay, so at some point one of the chiefs by 1925 had a wife who can also call the rain. And he wanted to go and tell the rainmaker that his wife also has power to do so. And just so that they didn't, it didn't appear as if they were going against tradition. Okay, so he was being transparent, I guess. And then ningo road nyangori ikarma winyo eno tam chuchuni road cut petuero bedo ario idi kalmi Omeo. Road nyangori dong okwan kiri kod mere mokene Omeo bot daka pa oyoko belly mi Murwari. Te kwaro pa Omeo wacho ni road nyangori pe Omeo kiri kod duchu i Omeo la cham. Kiri kod mokene dong bore en dong obedo ka chweyo kot bojo pino muhoy gi jo iko wala jo iko i Omeo la twitch. Dana mi dok od man adik benen gin mio a jok megi bodrot nyangori. Okay, so they split Omeo into two and they gave the right to rainmaking to the wife of Yokobeli. Okay, while Nyangori, the wife of Chief Oyokobeli, had the right to make rain, or I guess the right to rainmaking in Murwari, which is Omeo Lacam, Omeo to the left, which is The only place with one subclan, Murwari. Okay, so the current rainmaker, Chief Nyangori, who is a female, kept the right to rainmaking to the territories to the right or Lacham of a male. I mean, Latwich of a male. Okay. Yala, daka pa yokobeli la chen o kwanya kiri kod mera dujo mi abot chware. Okay. Jola cham kidma wabero kaneno malo kan ono pergi kot. Entoy kare ma daka man o mi kiri kod bot chware yokobeli. Man beno weho woro yokobeli o dogo rot kot mi achiel yo mea la cham. So the wife of Yokobeli eventually gave the power, the kirikot, to rainmaking or to be a rainmaker to her husband, or Yokobeli, chief of Yokobeli. So he also became a rainmaker, the first male chief or male to become a rainmaker in Omeo. It was to Omeo Lacam. Okay. Man bene o wrote o Yokobeli or dog wrote caught me at jelly o Omeo Lacam. Okay. Ka road oyokobeli dong obedo ka chweyo kot bojo igara okobok gi ikwaka iomela cham. So before they didn't have rain, they had drought and famine. So after he had the powers to call the rain, he was able to call the rain for the entire omela cham. Okay. Yellow. Ningoni. Okay, yellow ningo. Dok od mi igara okobok gi ikwala dong obedo kamio ajok megi board road or yokobeli. So people started paying taxes and making contributions to the chief because they were happy that he's calling the rain. He has the power to do so, and they were happy they're producing goods, and some of those goods they're using to pay taxes or make contribution to their chief. Um, okay, so then mana ye kid ma caught me or mail opore kwede road karachiel tie yo mela cham yala ka road card mechanic on tie yo mela treat kilo mela treat. Okay, kadong ni ngani imwahama yokobeli ta kara dong board wode ogan. Okay, ingeta pa road ogan kara dong board okunu ongolo gweno okunu ongolo gweno ingeta pa road okumu ongolo gweno ingeta pa okumu kordong bot Ibrahim loboran ma en bene latin pa road ogan. Okay, okay, ingeta pa road Ibrahim kiri kordong bot min tequila. Okay, daka pa road okumu madit ingeta pa min tequila kiri kordong bot Regina man. I'm sorry, it's just a silly joke. Kiri dong bot Regina daga pa Ibrahim Lobura. Watin kot pa jo mela cham puri tie bot road Regina. I asked this because my stepmom's name is Regina, and my kiri kot pa mela cham. No, I'm just joking. Who's this road Regina? It's a female chief. Mati Kirikot until this day. Who is that? Drop your comments. Tekwaro Omeo Lacam. Wajane la pirikot pajo Murwari kilio mi achelo bero canera. Okay. Inge topa canera la diro loin. Odoho la pirikot. Inge topa loin la did oria odoho la pirikot. Lo dirmi o mea o wajaborane canera o wengi oria gin duchi o bero danami igara. Okay. Te kwar mi o mea bene wacho ni ikarma ruod nyongori oneno ni tuodong o boy waka eno kwanya kirikot omio bot itunyo omio bot itunyo pilokman mitapa ruot nyangori ruot itunyo odoko ruot kot mi omeo la twitch wala la twitch. Okay? Inge tapa ruot itunyo kot odong bot got moy. Inge tapa got moy kot odong bot o moy. Wood pa nyole. Okay? Inge tapa ruot o moy korodong bot o gok. Nge tapa ruot o gok korodong bot adie. Daka doko. Nge tapa ruot adie korodong bot min kayol. Daka pa ruot o moy. Lodiro mea ma bero ka lok kwege. Ikarma poria tie I Juba Sudan. Kina waje borane I mohami apara bong wangi piera borwe bichel. Kot onongo pori tie bot min kayol. So they're saying by 1986 for Omeo Lacam or Omeo territories to the right, the last rainmaker was last established in 1986, and she was still the rainmaker, and she was the mother of Kayol, Min Kayol mo nongo chweo kot bodjo Omeo Lacam. Okay, that's it. So basically, he's talking about rainmakers in Omeo. It's mostly been females up until the wife of Yokobeli, Chief of Yokobeli of Murwari, got the right to rainmaking or the power from his wife. And then eventually men started getting the powers passed down to Kitikot for rainmaking over time. Okay? So that's it. Drop your comments. What do you guys think? It's a long reading. Okay? Please make sure to share on all of your platforms. We're learning together. I'm still learning. Drop your comments. Anapoamatek. Okay? Tomorrow I will surprise you guys. I'm not sure which clan I'm going to read about. Okay? Anapoamatek. I'm Jacqueline Kang of Court. Man Chaka Leb Acholi. Segment make Kwan Leb Acholi. Okay? Reading number 59 on Omeo. More so Omeo Lacam on the only subclan, Murwari. So this concludes the reading on Omeo. Okay, if you want to watch other previous videos, please go to our YouTube or official Facebook page. Just Chaka Leb Acholi. YouTube is also Chaka Leb Acholi. Subscribe, please. Subscribe to stay up to date. Follow, like, engage. Apoamatek, okay? I'll join you guys back on here again tomorrow night. If you want to be a guest, please drop your comments. Send me a DM. Okay? I'm Jacqueline Kamakot. You guys have a good night. Anapoamatek. Okay?